Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. We're going to be doing, kind of a focused look at Sangamo Therapeutics today. You sent us information on, their recent stock activity. We've got stuff on their financials and also their future prospects in the genomic medicine field, which is really exciting stuff. Our mission, I guess, is to try to unpack all of this and figure out, what does it all mean, for you, the listener,
Right.
right? So, we've got information here ranging from like technical analysis of the stock, overview of their business, and some of their recent financial results. So there's a lot to consider when looking at this.
Yeah, a lot to consider. Yeah, I mean, when we look at Sangamo, I think the first thing that jumps out is, like the recent movement in their stock.
Right.
We saw a pretty significant 5.50% increase in a single day
Yeah, that's huge.
fairly recently, and that was following a pretty sharp drop actually, a 5.92% drop on April 1st, 2025.
Oh, wow.
So, this kind of volatility, especially when you couple that with high trading volume, like, over 17 million shares traded on one recent day, and an average of over 10 million, it, really suggests that the market is reacting to something.
Yeah. So, okay, so let's try to understand what might be driving these ups and downs. Is this like typical for a company like Sangamo?
Well, I think what's interesting here is that these kinds of price swings, combined with that level of trading activity, often point to something, like some kind of significant news or a rapid shift in sentiment, among investors about the company.
Okay.
So that recent upward movement, it could very well be a response to some positive news.
Yeah.
Maybe related to progress in their clinical trials or maybe some new partnership development.
Right. Yeah.
And conversely, that earlier drop likely reflected investor concerns, or maybe some negative news came out. You mentioned, the decision to stop developing their sickle cell drug.
Yeah.
Last year, that was a big one.
Yeah.
So, the high volume just tells us that a lot of people are making moves based on these events.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of eyes on this company and its stock right now. Okay. So we also have some information here touching on technical analysis of the stock. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So some of the analysis that we're looking at, it seems to be like suggesting a cautious approach.
Yeah.
It's kind of saying like hold or even buy if you've got, a long-term belief in the company. And especially look for those, price dips.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But for those with maybe a shorter-term focus, prioritize stability over big swings. It's, maybe considering selling is what the analysis is suggesting. But, and this is really crucial.
Yeah.
This is all based on some general technical analysis principles, right?
Okay.
It's not using like specific up-to-the-minute indicator values for Sangamo itself.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like we shouldn't take this as gospel for Sangamo specifically.
No, that's right. I mean,
Yeah.
these general concepts like, buy the dip, if you believe in the long-term trend, or sell when there's, a lot of volatility if you're looking for short-term safety. I mean, these are common in investing.
Right.
But, applying them without actually looking at the specific data for Sangamo and considering, your own investment goals and your risk tolerance, that could be, a risky move.
Yeah.
The analysis itself even, mentions the importance of consulting with a financial advisor. So definitely do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Good advice. Okay, so beyond the stock performance, what exactly does Sangamo Therapeutics do? We know they're in genomic medicine.
Right.
But can you give us a clearer picture of like what their core business is?
Certainly. So Sangamo Therapeutics, it's a genomic medicine company, and they're primarily focused on developing cell and gene therapies. They target severe genetic diseases with a kind of a particular emphasis on conditions like hemophilia and lysosomal storage disorders.
Okay.
A key aspect of their technology is their what they call proprietary zinc finger gene editing technology.
Okay.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
And it's really important to understand their business strategy. It heavily involves collaborations with major pharmaceutical companies,
Okay.
like Pfizer, Biogen, and Sanofi.
Oh, big names.
Yeah, these partnerships are really a significant part of how they operate and fund their research.
Okay, so they're leveraging these relationships to move forward.
Exactly. All right. So let's look at the financial side of things then. In the fourth quarter of 2024, they reported a net loss of $23.4 million, which is actually an improvement compared to the $60.3 million loss in the same period of 2023. So, on the one hand, that's good, right?
Right.
Their full year net loss also, decreased significantly. However, their revenue for 2024 was actually lower than in 2023.
Yeah.
They do have a debt-to-equity ratio of 0.71, which is generally considered reasonable.
Yeah.
So how do we make sense of these like seemingly conflicting signals here?
Well, I think if you look at the bigger picture,
Right.
that reduction in net loss is generally a good thing, right?
Okay, yeah.
It could indicate that they're managing their expenses more effectively, or that maybe their R&D efforts are just becoming more efficient.
Right.
But the fact that their revenue decreased year over year, that's definitely something to pay attention to. It could be due to a number of factors, like maybe the current stage of their drug development pipeline, where they are with that, or changes in their partnership agreements,
Okay.
or maybe even just challenges in the broader market.
Right, yeah.
But that reasonable debt to equity ratio, that does suggest that they're not overly burdened by debt,
Okay.
which offers some financial stability. But this combination of lower revenue and ongoing losses, that definitely requires some careful thought.
Yeah, it's not a simple story to read, right?
Not at all.
Okay, so we're seeing progress in certain areas, but also some potential setbacks. What specific red flags and strengths really stand out to you based on the information we have?
Well, I mean, the continued net losses, even though they're smaller, those are still a clear red flag, right?
Yeah.
And the decrease in revenue year over year, that's another point of concern. It suggests potential issues with, their ability to generate income right now.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, their established partnerships with these, major players in the pharmaceutical industry, I mean, that's a significant strength.
Right.
It provides them not only with financial resources, but also kind of a validation of their technology and their approach, right?
Right.
And then, the progress that they are reporting in their neurology pipeline, especially the potential for accelerated approval of their treatment for Fabry disease.
Yeah.
That represents a notable strength with, substantial future potential if it's successful.
Okay, so some things to really keep an eye on there. It sounds like there's a degree of uncertainty surrounding the company, and maybe that's reflected in how analysts view them. What's like the general sentiment among analysts, and how does Sangamo compare to its competitors in this space?
Well, analyst opinions do seem to be quite varied,
Okay.
which, you can see that reflected in the wide range of price targets we're seeing.
Okay.
Everything from a low of $2 all the way up to $10.
Yeah. Wow, that's a huge range.
It is. And the fact that the average price target has actually decreased suggests that there might be some growing caution or downward revisions in expectations, based on their recent performance.
Right.
Now, when we look at their competitors in genomic medicine, Sangamo operates in a field with some really major players,
Yeah.
Using different gene editing technologies like CRISPR Therapeutics and Editas medicine.
Okay.
While Sangamo's zinc finger technology offers a unique approach, they are definitely competing for market share and investor attention in a really rapidly evolving and competitive industry.
Yeah, it's a hot space right now, right?
It is.
Okay, so looking forward, what are some key events or potential hurdles that you think, someone following Sangamo should be aware of?
Well, there are several future catalysts and risks to keep an eye on. On the positive side, the progress of patient enrollment in their clinical trials for chronic neuropathic pain, that'll be a significant indicator.
Okay.
The potential submission of a BLA for their Fabry disease treatment in 2025, that's another major milestone to watch for.
Okay.
Any updates regarding their ongoing partnership negotiations, particularly concerning the commercialization of their Fabry disease treatment and their neurotropic capsid agreements.
Gotcha.
All of that will be very important. On the risk side, well, navigating the regulatory landscape is always a challenge in this industry.
Yeah.
And they also face continued intense competition, from other companies in the gene editing space.
Yeah, it's a crowded field for sure. Something that definitely caught my eye was the mention of Sangamo halting the late stage development of their sickle cell drug back in February 2023. That seems like a pretty significant event.
It is. It is a very significant event. When a company stops the late-stage development of a drug, it can certainly have a considerable impact on investor confidence.
Right.
And it raises questions, about the company's strategic focus and the overall potential of its drug pipeline. It's definitely the kind of news that can lead to substantial adjustments in the stock price, and it's something any investor should really take into account when they're evaluating the company's future prospects.
Yeah, for sure. Big, big red flag there. And it sounds like we might be getting some more clarity on their current situation relatively soon with their upcoming financial results.
Yes, that's right. Sangamo has a scheduled release for their fourth quarter and full year 2024 financial results.
Okay.
So this upcoming report will provide a more up-to-date picture of their financial health, the progress of their various pipeline programs, and potentially any new strategic directions that the company might be taking. It's certainly an event that could lead to further movement in the stock price, depending on the information they release and how the market interprets it.
Right, right. Okay, well, that's definitely something to keep an eye out for then. So when we put it all together, Sangamo Therapeutics presents a picture with a lot of different elements to consider, right?
Yeah.
They have clear innovation in their gene therapy pipeline and the support of some, really significant pharmaceutical partners.
Absolutely.
However, their financial performance and the volatility of their stock are factors that definitely require, some careful consideration.
I agree.
The upcoming milestones in their clinical trials and their future financial reports are likely to be very important in determining their path forward.
I think that's a great way to sum it up.
Okay, well, great. So this, all this information, I think, really provides a solid groundwork for understanding the key factors influencing Sangamo Therapeutics right now. We encourage you to continue your own research and think about what aspects of this information, stand out to you the most.
Yeah, do your own due diligence.
Absolutely. So if you found this insightful, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment with any further questions you might have. We always appreciate hearing from you.
We do.
Until next time.
See you then.